There's nothing to say anything about, right?
No.
Absolutely not. Hey, why'd everyone leave? This is probably more entertaining than Time 1.
How did I...
This will be better.
Where'd you
Well,
guys
that's a
go?
great
What
start.
happens at the start.
Oh, I missed it. What happened?
Go get some more people
I
in here.
hit a plant so it didn't hit the door.
Yeah, we need more people here. Come on.
I agree. Run
Hey, there's the savior of the whole show right there.
Actually, I don't remember.
I think I remember going forward than when it ends.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It should be a donation incentive.
It is. Sitting here.
Okay, so if you donate $100,000 right now, we'll get everyone at the marathon in the room right now.
I think something might be about to happen right here. Maybe.
The door's gonna open.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have to watch the door.
Okay.
Door opened. Oh my god. Door opened.
Now the ball is spinning. Wait,
I don't know
wait.
what's going on.
It's
Why is
spinning.
the ball in
It keeps spinning.
Breakdancing.
Oh, it's just nothing but spinning.
He's taking a nap. He's a bit tired of this game already. Because there just aren't any tricks at all.
Boring.
Yeah, this game is like not broken at
with
all.
the
There's
new
like
game,
no
can we get a
sequence breaks
roll
in
call?
this game. I don't think
Roll
there's
call?
a single.
We can do a roll call, I guess, while waiting.
It's the same as before.
playing now?
Well, there might be new viewers.
Well, he's holding the control
Yeah.
stick because he likes seeing the ball flicker a lot.
Oh,
Kirby
it's
Master on the
glowing.
left.
Kirby
Miles
Master, Miles.
For X.
Radix.
Mirrored. Best runner.
SMK.
I just gonna.
Nessie.
See, we totally have time for that.
It's like just two things. It's gonna just.
Whoa!
What was that?
What just happened?
The little star.
I've never seen this before.
Katamari!
Those boxes just blew up.
Wait, did the game just crash?
No.
Wait, just faded black. Though.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
god, I
What's
think
going on
Miles
now?
just skipped item loss. Wow, I don't think we've ever seen somebody
Miles-
accidentally do a gigantic new sequence break in the marathon.
Wow, what's this glitch?
What is it? What's going on? How did he get out of bounds?
I thought this game didn't have any glitches.
It
I
doesn't.
know, right?
This isn't a glitch, this is intended.
So wait, I left the room and missed the entire run? Is that what happened?
No, but look, the bars are on the top of the bomb. This is a cutscene. This is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like the box.
Alright, so on a slightly more serious note, Miles just skipped losing his items in Metroid Prime 2 by doing, I think,
The infinite speed bug. It's a rather complicated trick.
Yeah, you just get stuck in a wall and you start rotating and your speed increases so fast and eventually the game can't handle it. And
Yeah, so basically he put the room on the other map. Put the map on the other room.
God,
That was bad.
yeah, I can recover. It doesn't matter, but it's going to cost some time.
So when you're in a room and the game thinks that you're in a different room, then all the walls in that room are sticky, so he can morph into that wall, get stuck in the wall, and then when he holds a certain direction on the control stick, the morph ball starts spinning like that. He holds it for a minute, then the infinity speed glitch triggers. And the way that glitch works is when you have the glitch active and you boost, you pretty much set off every single trigger in the room that reacts to being touched. And in this case, he set off the cutscene at the top of the shaft that you're normally supposed to go jump down from. And for some reason, when you hit it from the bottom, it puts you out of bounds.
now by skipping losing items, you get to keep. Sorry?
Yeah, there's two cutscenes there, one where you drop down and one where you land. And for some reason, when you do that trick, the landing one plays first. And so I'm assuming that's what screws it up and makes it why it plays you out of bounds.
By the way, that was another ghetto jump. Ghetto jumps are still in Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, this game is kind of broke.
Just
Yeah.
a little broken. So
For reference, there's something like 50 spots you can get out of bounds in Prime 1, and Prime 2 has like 130 something.
What isn't Prime 2?
So right now, less than 5 minutes into the game, he's about to get his first power bomb.
Isn't Prime 2 a shorter game than 1?
No.
And there are a lot of places, like most places you'll stand on you'll get stuck. When you practice, all the places you can just walk past.
right, like this
Yeah.
out of bounds stuff doesn't look too, may not look too hard, but it's actually really hard.
Yeah, you
I
have,
can't even do the out of bounds trick he did.
Yeah, like
getting
how he
out.
got it out of bounds by jumping across a tree trunk requires a really hard ghetto jump that takes so long to learn.
I don't think he'd say it was
And-
hard, but I've never been able to do it. So
It took me a lot of hours to learn how to do it, and I don't even have it that consistent. It's really hard.
yeah. This run I'll be saving a lot more often than Prime 1 because there are a few spots that can go horribly wrong. There is one in particular, Grand Abyss, but we'll get to that later.
Grand Abyss is a big
Oh
one.
dear God. Oh,
Why did
what?
that happen
Ah.
again?
Not high enough, I guess.
At least it's not. That's never happened before.
He's trying to have the room load around his.
Well, I've certainly never had it fail both rooms.
Yeah, since the way the game loads is to have one room at a time and then the next one loads at the next door. If you're standing in the space a room would normally occupy when the next room loads, then it will just load around you. That's one of the easiest ways to get back inbounds.
Yeah, somehow I failed both of them.
And the other
I
way to
was
get
too
back,
low.
the other way to get back in is to kind of clip back in. You have to make the game think you're in a different room.
Oh,
I'm not sure exactly how it works 100% because out of bounds is just really weird.
yeah, also roll shots. If you press A and X to unmorph at the exact same time, you will do a roll shot, which is a shot halfway through the unmorphing animation. I'm not entirely sure why it's halfway during the unmorphing animation, but yeah, that's what it is. And that's useful for like hitting doors sooner and stuff like that.
You can do it with missiles as well, but it's not a good idea to do so because you don't want to accidentally burn a power bomb.
Yeah, since it's tied to the same button as the power bomb,
Yeah.
hitting Y too early would waste the power bomb. You do not want to waste those.
So you're not doing the wall crawl here?
I am. I'm getting the entertainment
Oh,
first.
right. So there's an enemy here called the Sand Digger, and when you're in Morphle mode, it likes to pick you up and throw you around, but if you happen to be in the right spot, it will actually throw you through the wall. So Miles is going to intentionally get it to do that, which might take him a couple tries because it can be really random and annoying to do.
Yeah, certainly hope to get it first try, but it is really random.
Yeah. It's not an easy trick at all.
Pretty much everything here is not easy.
Yeah, and also after I get out of bounds later on, there's some spots that can crash, which is the main reason I'm saving here. And I do not know why it crashes, so let's just hope it doesn't happen.
He has to kill the first head of it. This is to manipulate its behavior.
Well,
Get
it's
to the right
mainly
spot.
because when it has two heads, it can randomly switch between them.
Now, let's see if he got it.
No, I didn't.
You missed it.
Yeah, this really sucks.
He has to go back down there to reload it.
Yeah, that makes him really good in this spot. I think maybe. Yes.
Nice.
Alright, he got it.
We were not kidding when we said Prime 2 is more broken than Prime 1.
Could you maybe explain how movement works when you're out of bounds?
It's,
Oh dear God.
it-
Oh my God.
I would, but it's really, really complicated. It's really
Okay,
hard to
I will
explain.
try. Every room is inside a box. Outside of that box is called ether, and the game considers you to always be standing on ground, and that means you cannot jump. You are fixed at the same height, except you do move very, very slowly upwards. So at the
That's called floating.
at the bottom, since you can't jump, you have to wait to move very slowly upwards until you're popped out of back into the room's box. And
Basically, if you move into the room's box and jump at the exact same time, then you will be able to jump.
yeah,
And this is what he's doing right now.
This is called ether jumping, where
Yeah.
he's inside the ether in the side, and he moves out the ether, jumps on the correct frame, as he goes back inside
it's
the box.
a 3-frame window.
It's 3-frame? Okay.
And ether jumping is pretty much the sole reason that wall crawling in this game isn't a gigantic pain.
Yeah, and that's the thing in Prime 1, after you walk off a ledge, you cannot move backwards. So it makes recovering from a failed ether jump a huge pain. And Echoes, you can just quickly pull yourself back out outside the box if you fail to jump.
Also, what he's doing in the first place is he's just using this to skip part of the pirate labs.
Yeah, this is just a time saver.
Yeah, it's not
Well, I
really.
guess everything is just a time saver. technically.
Yeah, this isn't. Well, even if he wasn't doing this, he'd still be getting the dark beam next. This is just to skip a huge chunk of the pirate labs.
What?
It saves. How much time does it save?
Like 2 minutes.
So what's with the dropping into morph ball mode occasionally when you're out of bounds?
In
It's
morph ball
weird.
So it
mode,
can
you will
bump
fall
up
in
and
ether.
Yeah,
Like-
and also it's because I can do bomb jumps. And so if like sometimes you're stuck on the ceiling and so you can't jump. So the only way to get more height is bomb jump.
And now this run sucks because Miles didn't do the Aether dash jump.
Please
I think
don't
we're about
crash.
to see boss
Yes,
fights.
no
here.
crash. That's where it could have crashed. Well, that's one of two places it could have crashed.
So he's just going to walk way back here because this is the room where Dark Samus is. So if he just stands way back here, the fight will trigger. He doesn't even have to bother switching the rooms.
Yeah.
And then he'll just powerbomb Dark Samus to
Yeah,
death.
you can trigger cutscenes from out of bounds and they warp you. Yes, okay. Sometimes that just crashes the game, and sometimes the fight just decides to never end. Both of those would be forced resets. So,
You know, when I ran this game, I didn't have to deal with all these crashes.
Also, if you remember at the very start,
I should not.
at the very start of the run where he did the infinite speed glitch, when he tried to boost into the crates, there's a chance that it could crash right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
It generally doesn't happen when you are good at it, but it's still a chance.
Yeah, if you're good, it doesn't happen. I can tell if you're good.
Well, I mean, you can learn how to do this trick.
Oh wait, but we just kicked her butt.
And she's back, as he was supposed to trigger that cutscene earlier, but he didn't.
That's another roll shot. It's not only used for opening doors, but also activating portals.
It's also very
Now
stylish.
you're thinking,
Yeah,
what's
it looks very
portal?
cool.
Extremely, yeah.
It's very satisfying to get a roll shot with a missile on a missile door, but it's not a good idea when you carry power bombs around.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
that was...
Now
was
it's
a
a
ghetto
ghetto
jump.
jump he just did there to skip a small puzzle in the room.
Hey, can you see my help sign?
And you may have noticed that he didn't bother getting any of the Dark Temple keys because he's not going to get the Dark Suit.
Well, I want to get them, but right now anyway. We'll wait until after lightning.
Yeah, true. But, you know, you're still not getting it.
Yes.
One big reason why Prime 2 is pretty difficult to run is because in basically every category for speedruns, both any percent and 100%, you basically skip Dark Suit, which means you're dealing with the Dark World zapping, I think, 5 HP per second constantly until you get Light Suit.
Of course, since Miles has never done Item Not Skip before, he's basically improvising his route here.
Good job.
Phazon does way less damage in Prime 2 than in Prime 1.
Yeah, it does a fixed small amount of damage instead of the constantly increasing.
Right there, he was trying to do a roll jump so he can scan the post from above and save a little time before he missed it. So we talked about BSJs a little bit, bomb space jumps. Roll jumps work similarly in a different sense, that they're a distance technique. So when you're in Morph Ball and you roll off a ledge, if the ledge is right here, the ledge is obstructing Samus and the camera, so if you get an instant unmorph, the game thinks you're still standing on the ground at the moment if you do it quickly enough, and thus you can jump out of that and maintain momentum from rolling off the ledge, which is very useful for distance.
Yeah, it's a really good distance technique.
I hate that dodge.
And funny enough, that's the same thing that you can do with the original Metroid.
Yeah. The original Metroid is, well, buggy, to put it that way.
He's waiting here because the door is still loading.
Yeah, but
Well,
I want to get low.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a light beam tutorial here where you can learn that, so
Yeah.
it reloads the room to get to load in the new objects.
Okay. When you are below 20% health, you can get ultra energies. So I was waiting to get below 20%, which was 60.
and as Miles mentioned in his Prime 1 run, Prime 2 gives you drops based on like how much of it you have. So if you're at 0 missiles, the game almost always gives you 2 missile drops. And if you have 0 power bombs, the game almost always gives you a power bomb drop.
Yeah.
And same with like in the dark ammo as well.
Yeah, like you can get 30 ammo drops when you're low on dark and light.
Um,
Yeah.
Also, we never mentioned, but when you skip item loss, you obviously keep boost ball, space jump, missiles, bombs. You also keep spider ball for some reason. Unfortunately, you don't have grapple beam.
It's
Even
funny
though the
because
game says so.
you're supposed to lose grapple beam, but you never actually had it in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, that and power bombs. It does mention power bombs.
Yeah.
And there is a power bomb.
You pretty much had power bombs from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be nice to have two instead of one. But
Yeah.
Also, Sanctuary Fortress is totally the next area you're supposed to go to.
yeah. Any more donations?
Yeah, this is a good time for donations.
Great. Okay. Actually, instead of donations, I'm going to mention that we just drew for the prizes for the last block. So I'm going to read those off really quick. We have the Blaster Master cart going to Bryant Wyatt, and the Sophia 3 Perler going to Jan Helkala, and the Batarang to Trevor Miller. The Batman Masterpiece Collector's Edition going to Kevin Ladner. The Batman Perler going to Tim Stiles. And the Steam copies of Batman Arkham City going to Nicole Hine and Philip Weimeyer. And just a note, we do still have those other 4 prizes still up if you want to donate for those. Those are the Gravity Suit Samus Perler.
There's a glitch he's doing here called a, what's it called again?
Just a more secret world.
Yeah, more of Secret World, and Secret World is the term for out of bounds. Basically, if he has a map on the wrong room, he's seen on that door, kind of similar to what he did with the Infinity Speed bug earlier, then for some reason it just pops you out of bounds. And he's using this to skip a puzzle in main gyro chamber. This saves like 20 seconds or something like that.
It's gonna save a lot less because I'm gonna save here, but it still looks really cool.
Yeah.
And normally you're supposed to go all the way around this room to activate do a puzzle, stop the gyro from moving.
Yeah.
Yep, a couple more to read off. There's another couple tricks coming up in a minute, though.
Okay, good.
You can like read.
I'll mention the other prizes we have up for this block. We have the Metroid Out of Bounds glitch artwork, pretty relevant, I'd say. The Metroid Vanity Plate and the ukiyo-e print of Samus and Metroids. So those are for 5, 10, and 15 respectively, and the Gravity Suit Samus Perler is for 20. You have to donate a minimum of that amount to be in the runnings for that prize. You do not have to choose between them. You're in the runnings for all of them, and that's just automatic. You can also donate for a choice or a challenge.
Alright, so what he just did is a roll jump.
Okay.
This-
Yeah. So I just did a roll jump, got to this area early. Now I really concentrate. Sorry.
Basically, if he gets halfway across the pit and falls in, then it spawns him on this side.
Yep.
There's a couple of really hard tricks coming up, so I think he needs serious time, right?
Yeah.
Alright, serious time.
Okay, I may reset coming up. Just so you know.
Wouldn't worth it for the other. This is the hardest trick in the game.
No, but
Pretty much. Most notorious trick in the game.
that is one shot. You only have one attempt to do that, period, and it saves 5 minutes. So, yeah, that's why I saved beforehand. So I guess I don't get the $25.
The other trick he was trying to do was,
He's trying to unlock a portal with the
Yeah.
instant morph, but he got knocked off by the respite, and it's not worth going for anymore if you can't get it first try. Yeah. Good.
so how many times are you going to go for this?
Well, hopefully only 2, right?
The trick that he was trying, that's one shot, is notoriously called Grand Abyss, and this lets you skip grapple beam.
Yeah, this is the most notorious trick in the game because of the one attempt thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus the
And
fact that even that aside, it's all still insanely hard to pull off.
It's an extreme dash jump.
If he can't manage to get it, he does have a secondary strat. It's a bit slower, but it'll work.
Oh, it's-
More than a bit, yes. It's a really bad, slow, ugly strat, but it works. So that's what's important.
Yeah. It's kind of used to practicing where I skip the energy tank, but I'm not practicing now. I needed that.
Scan the thing that time.
Yeah. Same thing. That scan the thing is to make the next room load during a cutscene, which saves in-game time. I don't actually need like the
Come on.
grab points at
Yeah,
lower
that's-
levels. Damn it.
Damn.
This is bad.
One more shot? Or...
I'll do 2 more.
Alright.
In Prime 1, remember that Prax said the grapple beam is the easiest thing to skip in Prime 1? It's the hardest, basically the hardest thing to skip in Prime 2.
Yeah.
I'd say Dark Suit and Energy Tank is probably harder than this, but...
Yeah, but
It would be, but it's not really useful outside of like just doing a low
No,
percent for
but-
the sake of it.
Yeah, but it's the hardest item skip.
yeah, basically skipping grapple sucks. The end.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. This trick sucks. Big time.
How many viewers are we at?
I will look. We seem to be at 22,000 viewers right now.
Not enough.
22,000 viewers watching me fail grab this.
This trick is really
Well,
hard.
in just a second, there'll be 22,000 viewers watching you succeed at Grand Davis.
Oh no.
By the way, I forgot to mention a while ago, but we've passed 120,000 in donations.
Wow.
Here we go again.
Yes! Yeah, there are a few faster ways of getting to the other side after landing it, but screw those. I'm not going to.
Alright.
So basically, he has to jump. He has to do the dash right as he walks off the platform. That lets him do a different kind of dash that lets him get a bit more height and distance. But it has like 1 frame, something like that.
It's probably 3 frames.
Three
Yeah, I
frames.
thought it was 1 frame for a while, but I don't know.
But the point is, it's a really, really tiny window.
yeah,
And you only have one shot.
Yeah, so it's a very tough trick.
yeah. Once that robot starts moving, it never comes back. Ever.
That's the single most notorious trick in the game.
So the moment he entered this room, he did a dash jump to reach one of these platforms. The game intends for you to activate a dark portal, go to the other side from in the dark world, and then materialize here. But with the scan dash he did, he was able to skip going to the dark world.
It's
Let
also
me just
necessary
add that,
because it needs grapple.
You don't normally see someone go straight from light beam to screw attack.
Yeah. Did a short pause there so my shot could reach the door.
This is supposed to be one of the last items you pick up in the game.
Yeah, it's like screw attack, annihilator, light suit.
Assuming he got, if you assume that he got granted his first try, he'd get screw attack within 20 minutes of the game.
And roll jumping
yeah,
into a
there-
screw attack
Oh,
messes
this.
up the animation like this.
Wow.
This basically happens when you screw attack out of a roll jump, or BSJ2.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen, but that's pretty cool. It's really funny when it does.
Something to note, scan dash, if you haven't noticed, scan dashes work very differently from Prime 1.
Yes.
They still serve a similar purpose.
Yeah, in Prime 2, they fixed scan dashing like it was in Prime 1. They made it so if you let go of L, you lose all your momentum. But if you press R, then you will still keep your momentum. It's not anywhere near as effective as Prime 1, but it lets you do a lot of stuff that's not supposed to be possible.
Yeah, like holding L and R at the same time will completely lock your momentum in whatever direction you're going.
Yeah.
So,
That's also how roll jumps work, where when you roll off a ledge and you do the instant unmorph, you hold L and R at the right time to maintain the momentum from rolling. And
Okay.
rolling's faster than walking.
this route is slower. It would be faster to go around the top still, and then take a portal up there, but I need the energy tank here because I'm going to take a lot of damage soon. So I want the safety tank here.
Like you said, it is slower to get this E-Tank, but because it's the marathon setting, it doesn't want to risk dying.
And also because of that, I want to save, which is also really annoying because I have to kill this quad first because it blocks off the save station.
we didn't do estimations for in-game time.
I wouldn't even know what to guess for that.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
110.
Alright, I'll guess 109.
It's 111.
Yeah, probably not worth writing them down. Doesn't matter as much since I quit, and so this isn't single segment anymore. But oh well.
Who cares? You still get a final timing if it's not a single segment.
Are there any more donations?
Yeah, this is a good time for donations.
Okay. We have Alex Wanshura donating $20. One heck of a great series so far, guys. Can't wait to see more soon. Go Miles. We have $200 from Aaron Olson. Thanks again for everything you're doing for this great cause. The stream is very entertaining, and I'm loving Metroid Prime. And Cosmo. Lawrence Trujillo donates $25. The work you're doing is so cool. Glad I am on break so I can watch as much of this as I can. Donation towards Sonic 06 Final Story. God have mercy on your soul. Cody Weibel donates $20. As someone who nearly lost an aunt to breast cancer, I want to thank everyone for doing this. Cosmo.
Anyway, don't worry guys, I hate myself anyway.
Well, you are running Sonic 06, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Hey, he's running Generations. That's a game.
And
I think we have time for one more donation.
And then Elijah O'Rear says, donates $25. Thanks for raising money for such a noble cause. Prime is one of my favorite games of all time and still gorgeous today.
So, ultimately, to get the light suit, you need to return the energy from the Sanctuary Fortress, aka, normally you're supposed to beat Quadraxis, get the energy from the dark world of Sanctuary, and return it. So you're going to see what Miles does here in a bit. Well, first of all, you notice that he doesn't even get the Sanctuary Fortress.
Miles is basically the Chuck Norris of Metroid. He's going to completely skip the boss fight.
Oh well, his energy is being sapped.
Yeah, this is why he wants to save the E-Thing, because you take so much damage here.
Yeah.
And this was the obstacle that was, this is the main obstacle that prevented people from learning how to skip Dark Suit and E-Tanks. For a while, at least.
Yeah, like, in order to beat the game with no Dark Suit and no energy tanks, you have to use a glitch called Morph Ball Invincibility, which does exactly what it says. It makes you invincible while you're morphed.
Since it's not really a relevant glitch, the setup would take a pretty long time to explain. Probably not worth it.
Yeah, it takes forever to set up, and it takes forever to get across with it, so there is no way it would be faster than just grabbing a few tanks.
Interesting more bits about how to navigate Secret Worlds.
What?
That might be bad.
Yes, I'm just gonna wait.
So you saw Miles walking on top of the room. Remember that.
Probably not. Interesting.
So thankfully, since the next room loaded, he's using the safe zone that's supposed to be in the next room to refill his health a bit while he's waiting to get high enough to be able to either jump back on the door.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get high enough. I'm gonna have to jump out the ether here.
Why wouldn't you be high enough?
Because I don't think I'm high enough. Like,
You're about to be high enough.
yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I am. Okay.
He's going to morph through the ceiling here and get back in the room.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you can basically, if you morph into sloped ceilings, when that is not the active room, you can break through them by unmorphing.
Another thing to notice, his energy might be low, but when he gets the energy, it refills his health all the way back up.
Yeah.
So that makes it very easy for the return trip. So he's not going to have to stand here for 5
easy.
minutes.
Oh, this trick is not easy.
Look at that corner.
So when you have screw attack,
Yeah, screw attack is the most broken thing.
yeah, they coded the screw attack after the morph ball. So that means screw attack is actually the same size as the morph ball. So you can actually screw attack into any morph ball sized hole. And since Sam's automatically unmorphs after a screw attack, that means she unmorphs into the morph ball tunnel, and then you can pop out and get out of bounds.
Yeah, I was waiting there because this room takes some time to load. And you obviously can't switch to it until it's loaded.
That's pretty much the only thing you normally need Annihilator for in the entire game.
Yeah, this is the only necessary use of Annihilator, getting there and getting back. And since the light suit does not require Aegon or Torvis's energy, I just completely skip those. Yeah, the only required bosses other than the final bosses with all these skips are Powerbomb Guardian and Chica.
That's the dark suit, dark visor fight.
Yeah. Powerbomb Guardian is required, even though I already got the Powerbomb expansion, because one, the Sky Temple keys just does not exist unless you have beaten Powerbomb Guardian and got the main power bombs, which is really annoying because Powerbomb Guardian is an annoying fight. But I think we can do about that.
And 2, because Retro hates us.
Yeah, it's funny because Prime 1 does the exact same thing. You need the main power bomb to get one artifacts, but just like it, I don't think it was an intentional thing. And the Dark Visor is needed because you need to, in order to get the Sky Temple keys, you have to shoot the aim caches, and you can't do it unless you have the, you can't harm them at all unless you have the Dark Visor equipped. So you need the Dark Visor for that too. And in this run, I also fight Dark Samus 1 just because it's faster. It's possible to skip.
So you missed one mandatory fight. Who's Guardian?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's not a mandatory fight, but he'll do it later anyway because it was a donation incentive.
yeah.
Makes it mandatory. That's fun.
Yeah, Biscarn is really hard. So.
Really hard.
Why did I pause? That was like a frame too early.
Yeah. Even Miles has trouble with Boost Guardian, right, Miles?
Yeah. Biscarn is not really difficult.
Even with light suit.
Yeah.
So Yumas doesn't actually care about the other areas. He just gives you the light suit after you get Sanctuary's energy.
So, yeah, now it's just a long backtrack, basically. Because I went out of bounds to Aegon at the beginning of the game, I did not get the Violet Translator, so I could not leave Aegon through the front entrance. So instead, I'm going to go to the front of Aegon and then wall crawl into Torvis.
Wall crawl is the term for navigating out of bounds.
Yeah, that's just general going out of bounds, whatever you're doing out of bounds. So, I'll be going to Torvis, and then from Torvis, I'll be going back to Temple Grounds and getting the light suit. And also, after the light suit, you're able to warp, and I need to warp back to Torvis, and you would not be able to warp to Torvis unless you've been to Torvis before, because it won't show up on your map otherwise.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. It's pretty funny seeing it not there.
Also, the spiral ball tracks here don't work.
Yeah, they don't work until you pick up Spider.
Yeah, it's just, they're not actual spider tracks in this specific room. Because I guess Retro is lazy or something. But,
Seems like it'd be more work to make anything different.
yeah. Well, who knows? Like, there are a couple of spider tracks in this spider. Yeah, like, that room is the Spider Guardian room. Like, it's on the other half of it. And some spider tracks in the Spider Guardian fight actually work beforehand, but most of them don't. So it's kind of weird how inconsistent it is.
Maybe it's just because of that one room.
Like, there is another spider track in the game like that in Dark Samus' room. Dark Samus 1's room, the boss I beat earlier.
Boss you ignored, really,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason I fight her, because I want to use that spider track. And I need to beat her and unload the room afterwards in order to make it work. And it wasn't, like, exactly a hard boss either. So,
So Miles is about to get the light suit, and how far in are we?
Well,
He's
no,
not
no,
allowed
it's
to. He's getting
well,
the Amber Translator.
yeah. There's
Alright,
still a
but
decent
still.
amount before I get light suit.
Yeah, he just skipped to a bunch of stuff that's supposed to happen near the end of the game. So it'd just be funny to see how early on this is.
Yeah. So what is the time at? It's probably at this kind of this way.
What's the time?
Yeah, this part is stupid because I got scanning that is supposed to give me the Amber Translator, but because I got the Dark and Light beams, it's instead telling me that you should get the Dark suit now. So both of those are in the exact same position, and so you can never get the actual Amber Translator scan the first try. So you have to scan it once, and then they'll be.
And that was the Bomb Guardian fight he just activated
Yeah.
and ignored.
Bye.
Why are you running away from it?
He doesn't need bombs.
So you scan it once, and then they're slightly unaligned, and so you can scan the other one to get Amber.
Made that Bomb Guardian sad now.
I just save him donations.
Yeah. Are there any donations?
Donations? Great. We have $20 from Gregory Wickland. All these awesome prizes and great that donations got back up. We have $100 from Aaron Wright, who says, "Hey, this is Rakuin. I want to use this to top off acting out the play in FF9. And SMK can use the remainder of it however he wants." So
Here he's going out of bounds again in order to get into Corvus, because the
Well,
doors...
actually, just put in a donation for something, so maybe for SMB.
baby for SMB it is.
So the door to Torvis is normally a secret missile door, which he doesn't have yet, so he's going to walk around the door to get into the elevator early. And then when he gets into Torvis, he has to do another wall crawl to get around the secret door in that room, because that one's locked off too. But that room just happens to have an out-of-bounds entrance in the elevator room, so it's pretty convenient.
This is really bad.
Room not unloaded.
No, I'm just not going to get into it. Oh, I did get into it in time. Oh, I didn't.
Aw.
That would be why, because I didn't load it. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of precise where the load trigger is, lowest room, and like the two main ways to load a room by hitting a load trigger and shooting a door. I can't shoot that door because it's a secret missile door, so I have to hit the load trigger.
But you shot the door anyway.
Here he has he's going to do a 3-bomb space jump, the instant morph jump here, to get back out of bounds in the elevator room again.
A 3-bomb space jump is basically a BSJ, but with a triple bomb.
That was bad. Have to have the camera stay straight, and that can be annoying sometimes.
Which camera's left better than 5.3.
Oh no,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. I can recover, but
This is really bad.
I'm gonna have to jump back up here somehow. Yes. Okay. Eventually.
Can you do donations?
Yeah.
Yeah, good time for donations, I guess.
Okay. We have $150 from Gregory Zeno, who says, "Thanks for the great runs and commentaries. I've known too many people that have fought cancer. Some have won, some have lost. It's always horrible. Let's prevent some cancer." And Walker Summers donates $15, donating for my favorite game in the marathon, Go Metroid Prime. We also have Shadman Mahbub, who donates $35. Definitely can't wait to see Miles tear through Prime 1 and 2. Keep up the great work. And Joshua Meeks donates $20. This is for the super mega chocolatey Metroid Prime donation bundle. I don't know what that's about, but thanks. We also have $30 from William Gordon. Hey, longtime watcher and big fan. All the runs have been amazing so far. Keep up the great work. And Cosmo. Matt Brown donates $100. Thank you for what you guys are doing, as it's for a great cause. By the way, some of these have been for your choice, Miles, and we've just been putting them for Baby and Monkey
Yes,
Ball.
that would be the correct thing.
Jason Buck donates $25. Yay for donations working again. I would like to put this... Oh, sorry. And... Vitaly Dolbalov donates $30. Thanks to Miles for providing me with hours of entertainment via failing to imitate the tricks in his Metroid Prime runs. And Cosmo. Eric Graham donates $20. Third day and already over 100K. Wow, great job, guys. And Cosmo, this isn't the first time I donated, and certainly not the last. You guys rock. Stop me anytime here. $20 from Andrew Lee, back up and running again. Looks like any % OOT is well on its way, so put this towards using the bottle against Ganondorf. Amanda Boomer donates $20. Great job, great cause, great prizes. And Cosmo.
Great Cosmo.
Yes, great Cosmo. And Nils Old Tim donates $55.
What's that?
Yeah, I was trying to get...
Greetings from Germany. My grandma and granddad both died to cancer and both could still live if the diagnosis had been earlier. Keep it up. Michael Schutz donates $10, and he says, thanks to AGDQ for supporting the fight against cancer, as I lost my grandfather just this last Saturday. Props also to Miles for showing me how to be a boss in my favorite game.
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it would be 30 seconds faster to have gotten Amber Translator later, but in order to do that, you have to do what's called the hive dash, which is you get up on one of the War Wasp hives in that room, and you do a dash to get out of bounds, and it is insanely difficult. So, yeah, I did not bother.
Not marathon material.
Yeah. Okay, that was it. That's all I wanted to mention, so you can go ahead.
Okay, I'd also like to remind people that the next run we have coming up, God of War 2, we have a choice for, and we don't seem to have very many donations in for that at all yet. There are quite a few choices to choose from for the costume that he'll be doing the run in. We have Athena, Dark Odyssey, General Kratos, the God of War armor, Hercules, Hydra, regular Kratos, and what seems to be the favorite, the COD of War. So definitely donate if you want to see one of those specifically. The COD is winning right now, so. I'll keep going with some comments here.
And you can also vote for silver for Sonic 06.
Yes, and you can also donate for, among other things, the character that we'll be playing in Sonic 2006.
And silver is the best one.
So one of the mods will link the donation tracker where you can see all of these choices and challenges. You can put in for any of them right now.
Sonic 2006 one, is it any character plus last story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last story is a donation goal, and the character choice is Bid War. But silver is the most entertaining and broken one, so seriously go with that.
Parax, the runner, would definitely prefer silver, so.
I'll go on any of them, but that's the most entertaining one.
For a second, I thought you said Radix.
Alright, so he wants to
You
go to
wanna
Great
have Sonic
Temple
06?
now to get the light suit, and there's an Amber Translator door.
Oh, this is
but
so annoying.
How-
Because I have Amber Translator, and there is an Amber Translator door. But it's not an Amber Translator door. It is a Violet Translator door. And I do not
Fine.
have Violet yet. So I cannot actually open that. It would just say, unable to open. Update your translator.
So he has to go out of bounds again, because there's nothing except out of bounds tricks in this game. It's like, there's no walls in this game, basically. So he's going to go out of bounds again and go inside the elevator. Like, seriously, this run is just going out of bounds over and over and over.
Walls, what are they?
And since the top of the elevator, since there's no ceiling in the elevator, he just drops in through the top.
Yeah, I had to drop down by the translator gate earlier to get this room to load, because otherwise I would just fall into nothing. Oh yeah, that's a really important point. When you're morphed, you do not get stuck out. You do, like, the outside the box does not stop you, so you fall forever.
Now he
and
has to do.
screw attack is being morphed. So if you screw attack, you will just fall forever if you don't land on anything. And also on sticky parts of the ceiling, you also get stuck forever.
Let's get another out of bounds. Is anyone keeping track of this?
I can count right
Yeah,
now.
this is the most annoying room transition in the game right here. You have to morph at a very specific spot.
I'm gonna say it's like 11 billion right now.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a bit low. I don't know. There we go.
That was, yeah, that was actually pretty fast.
That was not bad at all. I've seen you spend minutes there.
So he's going to trigger the Alpha Splinter fight as the easiest way to get back in bounds. But
Yeah,
since-
so here is the first boss of the game. I am finally fighting the first boss of the game.
Fighting?
Oh
Man,
wait,
Miles,
no,
I
I'm
got here
not.
way
I'm
faster.
just gonna jump out of it. Goodbye.
Man, Miles, I got here way faster than you.
I think there was a glitch once when Miles did it 100%, where he was fighting Alpha Splinter and it jumped on top of the wall.
Yeah, I
Like
got
that.
outside.
And he couldn't do anything about it. He had to
Boss
reset.
there?
Yeah, like the intended bosses. We were supposed to do this at the very beginning of the game, right after getting Missile Launcher, which, by the way, he already has. Where you're supposed to fight like a bunch of small Alpha Splinters, and then you fight a big one that turns into a dark Alpha Splinter.
So he just got Violet Transfer, and then he has to walk backwards again to trigger the light suit.
Yeah. Now there's two Yumas. Oh, whoops! I just talked to him. But now there's two Yumases right next to him.
As a fun fact is there's an out-of-bounds entrance in this room, of course. And the way you get into it is you use Yumos as a platform. You jump on top of him. Yeah, you can jump on top of him, then jump out of bounds.
Yeah. Now back to Torvis. And since I never visited the energy controller, it just shows the nearest room instead.
Yeah.
And so this is the same thing as the Amber translator. I got Seekers before, and so now I have to scan it twice in order to actually get the translator. There's a short time to read donations here.
Oh, great. Okay, so we have $30 from Jonathan Campbell, who says, "My mother beat cancer, my grandmother didn't. Early detection is a wonderful thing, and research to improve it will go far." Eric Bond donates $40. "I lost my grandma to cancer earlier this year. Thank you to all of the organizers and incredibly skilled speedrunners who helped make this happen." Steven Sheridan donates $100. "Hey guys, good work on the new donation page. Cosmo." And that was Fina. Sebastian Johansson donates $30. "I love to finally see Miles in a marathon. Been watching his stream a lot, and Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games."
Okay, now there's a trick coming up, so I do need to explain this. Okay, if you morph the frame you enter the water, it basically treats you as if you're not in the water.
This can take a while to pull off.
Yeah, because it's a single frame trick.
Nice.
There.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. Now, movement-wise, it still affects me, like I'm still moving really slow, but it lets me screw attack. So I'm able to just screw attack to these platforms instead.
There's another way to get to them, but it's a lot slower.
Oh god. Okay, well I'm gonna do that other trick. Because I just typically miss, I'm not
Yeah.
actually sure how to get back up.
The other trick is called an underwater dash, and it basically if you jump and you press some combination of B, L, and R at the right time, you
push
just
B and
start.
R at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you start going really fast underwater. It lets you do a pretty long jump. And here you can use that to get to the scan posts early.
Where is other?
And that was one of the first tricks.
I would
of
use
the
the scan
game.
visor for it.
Yeah, yes, the one.
What? Wait, which one?
I think it's that one.
It's the blue one.
Pretty sure it's that one.
You can't do it
What
from
these
here.
skips do is normally you're supposed to go
Yeah,
around the entire lower torus like twice to come out of those doors, but this completely skips doing that. This also lets you do like most of the lower torus without getting the secret missiles.
I have not
Why
done
not just do the
I
morph
guess
ball trick
Miles
again? You're
has-
at the water level.
I have not done this since there. I'm gonna miss.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess he has
The
to
timing is
practice
actually
since
really hard on that.
Yeah.
Usually
It's
doesn't
not-
miss the screw attack.
Yeah, I have not done this trick in so long because missing the.
Just do the other one. You're at the water level. Again.
Yeah, but there.
There.
Or that.
The timing of that
Yeah,
is
the
actually,
thing is,
I want to show it off.
the timing of the underwater dash is actually pretty difficult. If you jump too early, then you're gonna bump your head on the graded floor. But if you jump too late, then you're not gonna have enough height to reach the scan post.
yeah, I didn't do screw attack underwater again because that is also pretty difficult to pull off. So,
And you can't actually do that if you collect the gravity boost.
yeah, like the reason you can take advantage of the underwater dash is because you fall slower basically. So once you get the gravity boost and you fall at normal speed, you can't do them anymore.
This upcoming trick has actually been. Oh, sorry.
You don't need to do them anymore either, so it doesn't matter.
Are you fighting off of log?
No, because
He's really hard. So he wants to run away, scared.
yeah, it would require a really difficult air underwater gear, so it don't matter. Yeah, if you get air underwater, you can just screw attack alpha block. It's pretty nice.
So you don't actually have to fight him because they don't actually lock the door here.
Yeah.
Using VSJ, you can get back out without fighting him.
Yeah, I just bumped my head on the platform, so it took a few tries.
It's really easy.
It's a pretty easy trick actually.
Yeah.
They just never anticipated you getting up there, right?
And they fixed the bug. The boss music stopped.
Yeah, in
Thank God.
Prime 1, the music is based on music triggers in certain rooms, but in Prime 2, every room has its own music. And so whenever you switch rooms, it switches to that room's music. Now, there are a few exceptions where it'll just play the previous room's music, but those are pretty rare.
Like where?
Like, there's some rooms that are just like have a missile expansion, and there's some rooms where it doesn't play its own music at first. Like, the first main room in Torvus where it has a Torvus cutscene, it plays the previous room's music because it's supposed to start the Torvus music during the cutscene there.
So he's using a trick called Sticky Boost. It's when you have Spider Bomb Boost. If you go and spider to the very end of a spider track, then Samus kind of goes a little bit off the spider track.
Well, that was stupid.
If you
She kind of
boost-
hangs off of it.
Yeah, she hangs off the end, and then if you boost there, she just goes flying off to the side.
What?
Gotcha.
You're normally supposed to use it to boost straight off, like opposite from wherever the track is, but you can do that.
I like how Power Bomb kills Dark Samus in one hit, whereas the Power Bomb Guardian's Power Bombs only do 10 damage to you.
Yeah, it's really funny because the power bombs he throws can actually destroy the power bomb door at the top of the room.
Oh, nice.
He just does a double bomb jump real quick. Double bomb jumps are actually intentional. There's a couple spots in Prime 1 where you're required to use them.
Yeah, triple bomb jumps aren't. I actually thought this was the intended way to get the Power Bomb.
No, you're supposed to go like to the opposite side of the room because there's a way you can get up the spider track up there. That's really slow.
Also notice that these are like the only Dark Temple keys that Miles actually gets. Like he skipped the ones from Agon and Sanctuary, but you need the Dark Temple keys for Torvus because you have to fight. You need to get Dark Cleanser.
Yeah, and the trigger for Chica doesn't exist unless, like, it's only there after you return the keys, so you have to use the keys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, you can't shoot the things to release Chica otherwise.
So right now, he's just trying to get the Dark Visor from Chica, and then he's going to go around and collect all the Sky Temple keys.
Which is really fun.
Oh, tons of fun.
While talking about the keys, in a 100% run, when you fight Quadraxis and get Annihilator Ring, you can still skip the Sanctuary Fortress keys. Because there isn't really a trigger for that activated by the keys. Instead, there's just a door blocking your way to Quadraxis, which you can just do a BSJ and screw attack over that.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like that, it's not a hard trick at all.
It's not hard at all. Also, this upgrade was never mentioned, but Miles also skipped Echo Visor. Like, the only place Equivizer's ever needed is to basically get to Quadraxis, but you can just wall crawl around that.
Yeah, it's also needed to get the screw attack, but you go across
I forgot
boxes
about
and
that.
access.
Too used to getting screw attack without.
Okay, there is some time to read some more donations right now.
When are you gonna fight Boost Guardian?
Coming up.
Great. So we have Jeffrey Honnold donates $20. He says Metroid is the best series of all time, and it's great seeing it played for such a worthy cause. We have $30 from James Hutzler, and he wants to put it towards Cosmo's any % OOT run. And thanks for providing such great entertainment this week, he says. PX donates $20. I'm back to say good job with the Arkham City run. It was very entertaining. Nicholas Catalfano donates $30. Really enjoying the speedruns, especially the Ninja Gaiden and Metroid ones. Great cause and great runs.
So we're about to see him fight Boost Guardian because you guys donated for it.
Yeah, I started with Boost, so it's not.
You never need to fight
necessary.
him, but it's right here, right next to Dark Torbert's Key anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't really waste that much time, and it's a fun donation incentive.
So just real quick before all this ends, remember at the end of this run, all of these prizes, we're going to cut off donations for all of these prizes, and they are really awesome looking. Versus, you mind pulling this for me?
Yeah, I'm about to fight him. So
Yeah, we might
hold
want
off
to
on
think a
that.
couple things about
Okay,
the
yeah,
fight.
please.
yeah, this fight is probably the most notorious fight in the game, so it is really difficult to beat.
It's even hard for Miles.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
My God, that was so
That
hard.
was really hard.
I can't believe you won that.
Yeah. That's what all that practice did.
Well, you know, you're handicapped with light suit, so it doesn't count.
Man, that was intense.
Okay, you can show them.
Okay. We also have this out of bounds glitch picture here.
That one's $5 minimum.
That was 5, along with this handy dandy Kansas vanity plate for whenever you're making your way around the country and you need a little more energy. This one's gonna be a bit tricky to show off. That's okay if you wanna just like.
I'll stand up for it, I guess.
This is the big one that's a $20 donation minimum.
Yes.
That's a perler.
Yes,
Yep.
it is a perler. The gravity suit.
Yep, Gravity Suit Samus.
Yeah.
Do we have any more?
No, I believe it's all of it.
Okay,
Just
so
on time.
those 4 prizes are for this run. They'll be drawn at the end. If you get your donations in at any time, then you will be put towards those prizes. So you don't need to worry about your donation getting read or filtered out. It's just automatic. When the run ends, that's when the period for donating for those prizes ends.
Perfect timing. We're about to see a epic boss fight. Personally, for me at least, when I speedrun this game,
This
it's my
actually
favorite boss.
is a cool fight.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
it's not cheese like a power bomb or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no sarcasm here.
I do have the light suit, so like there's not a risk of me dying, but it's still cool.
It's a really ammo-intensive fight.
That's why he goes to the ammo station. Like,
Yeah.
it actually saves a lot of time going there because it uses super missiles, light ammo, dark ammo, everything, all your weapons basically.
He doesn't even have enough ammo to not run out of all of it.
Yeah, I do have to refill.
So yeah, this fight is really fun. I think.
I do have to scan it to lock onto its weak point.
For massive damage.
And he uses charged light shots because it's the strongest.
Yeah, it's the strongest attack. Good. Other than super missiles, which can't hurt during that part.
And this is why he scanned it, so
Yeah.
it targets his chest there.
Yeah, which does double damage.
Surprisingly, Dark Beam is effective against those things.
Yeah, I did it to get more light ammo.
Well, Dark Beam's super effective against Dark Samus too.
Super effective.
Yeah.
Miles obviously likes this music.
Yes, I do.
something that's not that common knowledge. The light and dark beams are actually absurdly powerful. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know how powerful they truly are.
Did I just hit the weak point? That's
Hey, hit the weak points.
I didn't know
Wow.
you could actually do that.
That's never happened before.
I missed it.
Yes, okay, I wasn't sure that would count. Particular adult. Yeah, so I have the light suits, I can just freely
No
stand.
adult ones on the stream, Miles.
You can still use almost the same strat without light suit.
Yeah.
This is the problem with secret missiles. You can sometimes just one missile can just randomly miss, and you can't do much
What?
about it.
Doesn't matter.
This is the single best reason to get seeker missiles.
Yes.
Secret missiles save a lot of time.
Yeah. it cuts
You don't have
about
seekers,
rounds
then
in
it takes
half.
4 cycles because you have to do each win one at a time.
Now, right now I have to wait for it to release chicklings, which let me get more ammo. It's funny, during its light phase, if you're in the water, it doesn't do any attacks. Wait.
Are they?
It did, didn't it? Yeah, there, I took
They were below you.
Yeah, so just, like, fly around like that.
Well, then again, you're not intended to fight it from the water.
Yeah, that's why. Because, like, you're supposed to be taking constant damage while in the water, so that's why it goes easy on you. One dark ammo, so hopefully this actually works and doesn't sadly hate me.
Oh,
Or not.
that was one case where secret missiles were trolling him. And one of them just randomly missed.
Yeah, that's annoying. Oh well. So yeah, this fight's pretty much over. Yeah, this fight is really fun when it goes well. Lately, it has not been, but that was actually pretty decent other than the ending.
You couldn't really do much about.
There. Okay. Up ahead, in order to get this elevator to work, I need to unload the room, but I don't want to get the Torv's energy because that locks most of the doors out of Torvus. So I'm going to just go up, use the slot twice, and then leave.
That's all you have to do to get the elevator to turn on.
Yeah, technically you can roll around to just the back of the room and then come back, but using the slot twice is faster in-game because it makes the room reload during the cutscene.
So yeah, no glitches at all in this game.
Yeah, so there's nothing really else to explain for a while, so...
Surprisingly
go
enough, it's
reroll
very easy.
donations.
It's very easy to forget that you're supposed to skip the energy because it's kind of instinct to just go to the energy controller.
Are there any more donations?
Okay.
What just happened?
We have Jacob Spare donating $25. You guys are pretty awesome at video games. Glad to see you using that for a good cause. And Zaki Stars donating $30. Hi all, couldn't make it this year, but have been watching from the start and can still make a donation to this great cause. Good wishes to all, and looking forward to the awful games done quick block. I think we all are. And Daniel Wiseman donates $10, made in memory of my grandma who passed away 2 years ago from pancreatic cancer. Keep up the great work, guys, and put my money towards Cosmo's run. Fraser Morrison donates $20. Hey guys, great marathon for a great cause. Put this towards the OOT any % run. Good luck in the Hall of Pits, Miles.
No.
Callan Myers donates $40. Great cause and great games all. You're all wonderful people.
This upcoming trick is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, they just decided to not make the ball solid. So,
Like, you're not-
admittedly, you're not supposed to get that high, but you just do a go jump and go straight through the ball.
Relatedly, I'm still not sure why it's called a ghetto jump.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
I've asked several times, I think I've had it explained to me, I still don't get it.
Because it's just so ghetto.
Yeah, he just did a ghetto jump off the sloped rock on the floor that you probably didn't see.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things I don't understand, like ether and wall crawling.
I imagine ether is because that's what we used to think outer space contained.
How about Secret World?
Secret World is because that's what they were called in the original Metroid.
Yeah.
Why were they called that in the original?
Because that's what somebody called them. That was the 80s, I don't know.
Wait, something interesting about skipping grapple beam is that when you get grapple beam, that triggers in upper torment that triggers random pirate troopers to appear, and they lock their room when they appear. So it really sucks because it's completely random and you can't do anything about it. But since he's skipping grapple beam, he never has to deal with that randomness at all.
Yeah, and there, when doing that wall crawl, if they appear, they can crash the game.
Right. So with the routes where you get grapple beam, you can't do that wall crawl.
Well, you
or
can if you want to really risk it.
Yeah,
but
you risk freezing it because of the stupid grapple pirates. The route Miles uses is basically only reserved for Miles. Like, most people do not have this much wall crawling. Like, Mr. Speedrun and I use a route where you get grappled. You actually do get grapple beam usually. And it's completely different.
Yeah, so there is some more time for donations right now. Anything interesting?
Okay. We have Vitor Mores, not sure how to pronounce that, $20, and he says, "This is the coolest gaming event that exists in the whole world. Please put this money towards Die Hard if there's another run still to happen." Yes, there actually is.
There's
We're
always
doing
still a
Die
run to
Hard
happen.
again. So, we'll put it towards that. And we have Torstein Stigum donating $50. "Haven't lost anyone to cancer and would like to keep it that way. Fantastic marathon with great flow." Daniel Rosenberg donates $30. "Whoa, didn't realize Metroid Prime would be a TAS run." "Awesome job, Miles, and everyone participating in the marathon."
Miles is actually a robot.
To show how many optimizations he's doing, if you pay close attention, you notice he did like 2 instant morphs and an instant unmorph just to save like 2-3 seconds right there. And it just does that all over the place to shave off time everywhere.
Yeah.
Just to show, like, a lot of tiny things are really hard to notice he does to shave off just like a second or even less than that.
Some crazy stuff when you get into the higher levels of optimization.
Yeah. I think you enjoy the music.
Yeah, I'm going to save here just in case the worst case scenario. Never know. Oh. But I have to actually get up to the save station in order to do that.
This is harder than Grand Abyss.
Yes.
Oh, well, you can just not say.
Okay. You didn't see that.
embarrassing.
All 23,000 of you just pretend that never happened.
So Miles, you know how to play this game.
Has that ever happened?
Clearly, it was just setting up for a new glitch. That was it. Right.
Well, there is actually a glitch discovered recently, I think, where if you...
Yeah.
I don't know the details, but I think if you're...
You have
very
the map
explain
on a
it.
different room, so the game saves with technically you in that room. So it respawns you in that room when you reload it.
But it's only useful in like potentially a segmented run, and Miles found one spot where it's useful. That segment is the spot with Grand Abyss, so I don't think he's redoing that anytime soon.
Yeah, in other words, if you use a save station while the map is on a different room, then the game saves you into what room the map says you're in. Even though there's no save station there, it just spawns you in a random spot.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because there is like a default location to put you, and it's always next to a door. So after doing that, you'll just reload the file from a door.
Miles found out there's one use for it in Sanctuary, and he's not going to redo his run to do it.
Has a Grand Abyss.
Well, it's just for doing things, period. But I could just show.
This part.
Oh yes, this.
Just wait for it to happen. Nothing's happening.
There's actually a lot of things in this game Miles doesn't know yet.
Like, what are you doing? You're wasting time. What?
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first room you're supposed to enter the Dark World, and it has a gigantic cutscene trigger. So there's the room I'm in. So yeah, as soon as the room loads, it starts its cutscene, which since it's not visible. Everything in the room is visible. So it's-
Apparently,
Dark
the-
Aether's atmosphere is dangerous.
Miles, did you know that? You have to shoot some safe zones to function.
And they don't last forever.
Yeah, did you know that?
Nope.
do you know you can reactivate them?
It's really interesting.
Oh, Miles, did you read your health and safety manual?
Oh.
You have to take a break every hour. How long have you been playing for?
Uh,
We got to pause the run so Miles can take a 15-minute break. I'll make sure there's no lightning storm going on outside.
yeah.
Otherwise, playing the Nintendo GameCube is not safe.
Well, good thing he's playing on a Wii.
Another interesting thing. So we talked about what roll shoots do. Another minor thing that happens when you do a roll shoot is that your beam already starts charging as you unmorph. So in that case, Miles did a roll shoot, so he could start charging his power beam for a super missile more quickly.
Yeah, and those, like, ingworms, since I don't have the dark suit, they still do the damaging sound effect, but since I have the light suit, they don't do any damage. So- yeah, bye, Aegon Key, I don't need you. Yeah, so this right here is the key that requires the main power bombs, because I did this near the beginning of the run, but you're supposed to use power bombs to break this open. And then getting the main power bombs puts like ing swarms in the room, which do a ton of damage to you without the light suit. And I'm guessing they just unintentionally made the key itself also tied to it. So yeah, now I just go to Sanctuary and get more keys there.
And it's the roll shoot.
Yeah, so more donations.
We have $20 from Joseph McDermott, who says, "Welcome back. Prime in the background makes boring work go by so much faster." And we have Darren Conway donating $25. "Great job all around, guys. I just lost someone very close to me to leukemia in 2008, and this is a great cause. This goes to Trihex's JSR run." We have a $30 anonymous donation for a shout out to SRL channel Blind and Cosmos OOT run, obviously. Then we have Jesse Elser donating $20. "I only wish I heard about this to see the Super Mario RPG run. Put this towards the OOT any percent."
Right. So there's some interesting stuff that's gonna come up soon, actually.
Yeah, but there's still time for another donation.
I was thinking a little far ahead.
So we have $50 from Max Delgadillo, donating to try out the cool new donation page and to say, "Go Miles."
Thanks.
Also Cosmo. We have $6.66 from Gooby here. "Just wanted to send in a donation because I really appreciate the cause."
Okay, this
Alright,
is what I had
trick
to
coming
say.
up.
Okay.
Soon we're gonna get the donation saying, "Go Cosmo," also Miles.
Yeah. Like, I have the Spider Ball already, so I don't need to fight Spider Guardian, but there's a key behind Spider Guardian. And so I don't want to fight it, so I have to go out of bounds to get the key instead. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here to get that other Sky Temple key without doing the ridiculously long Spider Guardian fight.
This wall crawl has a lot of potential to waste a lot of time because if he messes up,
yeah.
the room is huge.
Yeah, it is huge. And the elevator next to it is even bigger. And so if you were to fall inside the elevator room, you would fall way down it.
I don't think even Miles wants to either jump water.
Well, I could. It won't be too big of a problem, but still, it's something you do not want to do. And I'll go ahead and explain this now. After this, like, there's... that was
That
stupid.
hasn't happened in a while.
There's two halves of this room, and since I skipped Spider Guardian, I have to ball crawl to get back out. And so I want to use the terminal fall here to put me on the other side. In order to do that, I need to unload this room. In order to unload this room, I need to go through the portal and then go through the portal again. So that's what I'm doing here. And then after that, I'll get out of bounds, and then I'll miss the trigger that makes the terminal fall put me over on this side. And so I'll respawn on the other side. So yeah, that's all. And you can do more donations again.
It's all these glitches you don't like, huh?
All right. Well, we have $50 from Patrick Nemec. Sick runs, guys. Send this towards OOT any %. Oh yeah. And we have 20 from Abraham Levy. My sister-in-law Dorothy recently won a battle with cancer. Hopefully these donations allow more people to do that too. And we have $20 from Simon Leclerc. Hi guys, awesome job so far. First part donation for first Metroid block. And Garrison may choose to spend this 20 on saving or killing the animals.
He will choose killing.
He's gonna choose
Okay, he
killing.
will choose killing. is
Unfortunately.
what we're hearing here.
Yo, you have to save them or else the fusion doesn't happen.
We also have Brad.
We're not mentioning the other game.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about either.
We also have Brad Backafin donating $25. Really enjoying the stream, and the cause is great. Lost a friend last year to cancer. He was at the criminally young age of 18. This donation is in his memory. Keep up the great work, everybody. And we have Paul Van Duyn, and he donates $20. Really enjoying the Prime run, but I gotta throw my hat in the ring for that big prize pool. Keep up the awesome work. And this one is literally in the donation comment. Also, Cosmo. By the way, I said this before, but usually when I say also Cosmo, it means someone put in there, please put this towards the any % OOT run. So.
So how many keys are left now?
Yeah, only Temple Grounds are left, I think.
Yeah, I got everything in Taurus, Ingot, and Sanctuary, so just Temple Grounds left.
Alright, so the run's almost over.
Yeah, I just have to get back to Temple Grounds first. The fastest way to do that is to go back to Aegon.
Who wants to guess how many times Miles is going to go out of bounds to get back?
3.
Well, I'll just spoil it and say 0.
That's no fun.
Actually, I don't go out of bounds anymore in the
I
round.
don't think you do.
Yeah, so that was the last
I don't
time.
think there is a bounds in this game.
And that was an ink smasher down there.
Yeah, which you can just run away from.
You can kill them instantly with a power bomb anyway.
Yeah.
That wasted powerbomb, I need them.
What do you need them for?
And burning.
I think he doesn't go back to his ship to save in this game.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I did because I would like this there. Actually, I might as well just save in the Sky Temple. Just because.
You never know what happens.
Yeah, but the game can actually just randomly crash after entering 3.
As we learned.
Yeah, I think I've had that happen twice. So it's like not exactly a common or even uncommon thing. It's insanely rare, but still would not be good to have that happen at the very end.
Would not be good. Since we mentioned this in the Prime 1 run, the low percent for Prime 2 is 6%.
Yeah, with the item loss, you start with 5 items, so they do not count towards the percent. It's weird because in Prime 1, the theoretical item loss, they would count towards the percent because Prime 1 considers what you have in your inventory. But Prime 2 and 3, it's just when you collect an item, you gain 1% at the end. So yeah. So the only items you need are Light Beam, Dark Beam, Light Suit, Dark Visor, Screw Attack, and Power Bombs.
The main power bombs.
Yeah, the main Power Bomb. And you skip the other 11 items.
Well, technically, Light Suit and Space Jump are also skippable, but you need to have a lot of other upgrades to skip them.
Light Beam, not Light Suit.
Yeah, Light Beam, sorry, not Light Suit. Light Suit is pretty much impossible to skip.
Yeah, so you can skip the Light Beam, but that requires a bunch of other things, and the same with...
Space Jump.
Well, you already skipped Space Jump.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, since you start with it, you don't need to collect it.
It's okay if I read off some donations?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first off, for those of you just joining us, this is Awesome Games Done Quick 2013, hosted by Speed Demos Archive, a fine speedrunning website with runs of over 700 games, including this one, and a good place to discuss speedrun strats. Also featuring many members from Speedruns Live, the premier source for speedrun races, and all of your donations are going towards the Prevent Cancer Foundation, a fine and nonprofit dedicated to saving lives with cancer prevention through research, outreach, and education. And we have $30 from Justin Newman. He says, this can go towards anything Peaches would like. I will usually assume that it's Die Hard, but we should probably ask him just to make sure. We have $35 from Marike Stevens. Here for any of the Metroid Prime rewards. I'm hoping for the Perler or the poster. Game hard, and it's Marika. Oh, I got it close.
Okay, that's the first time I've ever opened the gates like that, so I don't... That was just a random thing I wanted to try. I don't know if that's actually fast or not. So yeah, this is just boring collecting the keys. Nothing much to talk about the game. So plenty of time for donation reading right now.
That went well.
Yeah. Sorry, more donations?
Oh, yeah.
$50 from Kevin Bishop. Hi, everyone.
What was that? What the heck?
That has never happened before.
Yeah, that's...
Hi, everyone. I've been watching the stream for 2 days. Great cause. My mom and grandfather both have skin cancer. Please put my money towards anything that needs a boost at this point. We'll check.
Has $0.
We won't be putting it towards Cosmo. We'll be putting it towards something else that needs a boost at this point, Kevin. We'll be looking at it. We'll be looking at that soon. And I would just like to remind you that speaking of donations like Kevin's, you can donate to something personal, like if you want to honor someone who passed away or who is a cancer survivor, even better, or just someone on site that you really like. So feel free to dedicate your donations to someone. And we have $20 from Michael Aramis. He says, hey guys, great work in the marathon. Let Triax and Caleb decide where this money should go. That shirtless arm wrestling earlier was priceless. Thanks guys, and keep gaming. Well, I would say it's priceless too, but it was actually about $600. And we have $20 from Christopher Martinkovic. Love the stream, fellas. Put this towards any percent Ocarina of Time run. And a Sophia Perler, if that hasn't already been drawn for. That has not already been drawn for because we like to what? Oh, it has? Oh, never mind. I'm a liar. Sorry. Me, Mike Biyama, is a lying liar who lies. Alright. $40 from Michael Lacan. Metroid is my favorite series, so seeing them destroyed with top-notch speedrunning is always fun. Definitely agree. Miles destroys these games real hard. And he says, put this towards a shirtless Uyama. I'm gonna take the breakdown stance and saying it's at a lot out of not enough, and in the Subterranean race or the Dark Souls glitch exhibition, whichever. We have $25 from Janne Helkala. Late night shark outs from Finland to all the sharkies and speedrunners. Keep on sharking and preventing cancer. Place this for Pokemon Gold starter name, A Shark. If I'm remembering correctly, we can't actually name the starter.
No, it's a trainer. It's a trainer.
Oh, it's a trainer. Okay, then I am still a lying liar who lies. $25 from Christopher Armstrong. Thought I was done donating, but had to commemorate Stivity Bobo getting the new Banjo-Kazooie record on his channel. Oh, and put my money towards Cosmo. Alright, so we have $20.12 from Leviathan. Can't get enough of that juicy mango goodness. Put this towards favorite thing, Mango and Earthbound. So, like, I'm just curious about all these people who are doing for the favorite things, Mango and Earthbound. Why not the favorite food? Just a curiosity. I mean, if it's delicious, it is a thing, but it's also food.
Maybe they don't want to use the mangoes. Maybe they want to use them for some other purpose.
No, they want to Psy Mango.
Alright. So, $20 from Benjamin Abraham. Hey, you are doing an awesome job. Besides preventing cancer, I would like this money to help the animals for Metroid. Keep up the good work. $40 from Trevor Houts. Great Metroid Prime run. Love what you guys are doing to fight cancer, and I love watching speedruns. Put this towards a Die Hard race. Best game ever. Agreed. And I'm glad you're donating for such a good cause, such as Die Hard.
That's pretty funny that I have to get 4 tanks because of the wall crawled in Dark World earlier, but then after that there's basically no chance of me dying ever again.
Light suit's pretty amazing in this game.
Yeah. Get so early.
Do you know how much does it add any
No.
armor to you? No.
Any more?
Okay, yeah. Great cause you all have going on. From Owen Burridge. Lost my grandfather to the shitty disease. That Kansas play would go with my monitor in honor of him. KC for life. $20 from Scott Tucker. Hey guys, great runs, great prizes. I'd be crazy not to give this extra $20. Put it towards Sonic 06 Last Story. So speaking of Sonic 06 Last Story, we should probably check in on some of our donation challenges that are coming up for today, tomorrow, whatever's coming up soon. Time's getting all relative in the marathon here. Let's see. So for Sonic Colors Gameland, we still need about another $105. It's $195.78 out of $300. Yes, there are more donation incentives than Cosmo. We have $402 out of $92 for Last Story with cutscenes. So we only need about $98 more for that one. And for the Shadow Kicking Silver cutscene, we have $100. That will happen if either Shadow or Silver is played as the character.
If Shadow or Silver don't win, we can still go back and do it when we do Last Story.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's in the gallery, so you can just go watch it anytime.
So I don't know if I'm glad or scared that you guys know that much about the game.
It's not that hard, really.
It's a fun game because it's whole bad.
I think you'd be more concerned that I'm speedrunning it than because I know you can unlock cutscenes.
Yeah, true. Okay, so upcoming as the next game is God of War 2, and you can donate for what costume is worn during God of War 2. And right now we have the God of War at $50, and all the other costumes are at $0. There's also Athena, so if Porcentia is in the chat, you can donate for that. There's Dark Odyssey, General Kratos, God of War armor, Hercules, Hydra armor, and regular Kratos.
So I suggest you donate your stuff for God of War soon because Miles is reaching the end of the game.
Yes. And we have $50 from Clash. Great event, guys. These runs are really informative. I especially love the Amnesia commentary and playthrough. I think we all did. I think Adam AK also loved getting the 1,600 followers, especially in his email. Alright, great props to the Brit. Adam AK can decide what to donate to. Yeah, he's actually Polish. Just so you guys know.
Let's kill some animals then.
Alright, $20 from Trevor Miller. Put this towards Cosmo's $250,000 MST run. Well, we can put it towards the $10,000 any percent run. Shout out to my sweetheart Jingy Slate, who lost her parents to cancer. Love you, baby. $20 from Cindy J. Anderson. Thank you all for putting this event on. My dad was not able to beat cancer, but I sure hope that this can help others out. From Wayne.
Okay, I'm gonna need someone to stop the time soon because I am getting pretty close to the end. Like, there's
Still has the final bosses to go.
yeah, there's still a few minutes left.
Do you want serious time for this? Or?
No, it's not.
It's not serious time.
It's the most unserious time of them all.
Yeah.
So
I need 20 missiles here, but luckily the caches in the Sky Temple are guaranteed missile drops, unless you're full, in which case they're guaranteed power bomb drops. So yeah, I'll just save here. The final bosses are really easy when you know what you're doing. There is a bit of luck involved with Emperor Ink 3 and well, I guess there's a lot of luck involved in most of it. But
Dark Samus.
Oh,
yeah, but
God.
it's not hard, it's just luck. So yeah.
Speaking of not hard, it's not hard to get in on the t-shirts for a marathon. Totally the best saying. I'm almost as good a saying as Flicky. Shouts to the Sunday sequence break. And yeah, so if you go to theyeti.com/AGDQ, you can order all of the t-shirts designed for the marathon. There's 7 t-shirt designs, one for each day of the marathon. And from that link that I just gave you, and it'll also be posted in chat, you will be able to order them all at once to save on shipping. $3 from every t-shirt goes towards the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and that is all the profit that both the Yeti and the person who made the t-shirt design would otherwise make off the t-shirt.
What? There's about to be a trick coming up.
Yeah. Here are the anglets.
This part is so troll.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
That's stupid. Okay, so this is funny because there are little weak spots under him where he's vulnerable to screw attacks. So see.
That was great. No, it's not
No, there's Wolverboss left.
See, I think that's a beta leftover or something. I'm not really sure, but there's weak points under his leg that you can hit with a screw attack, and it's possible to kill him completely with just one screw attack right as soon as he fights.
I got so
he
close
almost got it, not quite.
That's also where the luck comes in, because whatever the Emperor Ing does first changes how you can hit with screw attack.
Yeah, and
he's going to do another screw attack on Dark Samus.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until after it does its her like big beam attack thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to do as much damage as I can
without triggering Dark Samus 4.
Yeah. For some reason, like the 2 phases of this fight are called Dark Samus 3 and Dark Samus 4, and I didn't actually do as much damage as I could because the last shot bounced off, but oh well. And so I just wait for her to do this, so she's standing still. She's invincible right now, but and
when she turns invisible here,
yeah,
that's when you can
hopefully
get
that's good. That's not good. Oh well. Yeah.
And this part.
Yes, this is complete 100% luck because she has 2 attacks. One lets you attack her back, the other does not. So you just hope she doesn't do this attack over and over and over what she was doing.
Like you can easily lose like 1 entire minute just from luck here. It's terrible.
For the rest of the fight, this is the only way to hurt her.
Yeah. She does come down, but the damage she can do here is capped at something really small.
Like right here.
Yeah, so that
it's barely anything.
That did like a third of what a super missile should do.
Alright, so we have $20 from Eric Biershank. Great stuff, guys. Put this donation towards the next unmet challenge. Next year, I want to see a Rad Racer speedrun using the Power Glove. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. Alright, so we're putting it on the Sonic Colors Game Land levels.
Well, Dark Samus is cooperating a lot.
She's gonna go down. Yeah, so 1 hit. It's fine. She can't go back down if she's slow enough to be killed by that shot. Okay, done.
32:59.
We have to wait a bit longer to find out what
there's
his
like
in-game
nearly
time is.
8 minutes before it shows the in-game time.
Yeah.
You can't speed it up.
Die hard.
It's sort of funny because in Prime 1, you have to watch the ending, but you can speed up the credits. In Prime 3, you can skip the ending, but you have to watch the credits. Prime 2, you have to watch both the ending and the credits.